So have you, any of you have done some calligraphy, writing or anything like that? No? Okay. Um, so,
I've done a little bit of Chinese brush,
right.
and I've got some brushes, but I don't know what the number 6 is.
Okay. So as far as the brush, if it's new right now, is it hard? You guys have a brush?
I have several hard ones like this, and then these have all been used.
Okay. So if you have a new one,
Yeah.
there's glue on those new ones. You know, you
Yeah.
have to, take it out and stuff. Put it on little, I would suggest put it about half of the brush of the, where the brush is, and let it be in the water at least for right now for a few minutes, so
Okay.
that way the glue comes off. But don't.
Okay, so for me, it's just a question of which one.
Okay, actually, that one you're holding right there looks good.
This one?
Yeah, let me
or this one.
Move the brush, the bristles. Yeah, that one looks
This
good.
one feels like it's been used.
Yeah, let me see the
It's
other one.
bamboo.
Yeah. Let me see the other one.
This one has not been used.
Okay, that one looks
And
good.
then I have names on these like large orchid bamboo.
That last one you showed me, that one, it looks good.
The orchid bamboo?
No, not that one. The other one.
This one.
Yeah, that one looks good.
This one looks better than this one.
Yeah.
The longer tip.
Correct.
Okay.
That'll be good.
I'll put it in water. But not just 2/3, right? 2/3 of the tip?
Yeah, just to get some of that glue out.
Okay,
I have
thank
a
you.
question. Number 6, maybe different sizes and different brands.
Yeah, it's different size.
So I have one, I don't know if this little guy, which it says is a 6, is Princeton, and then I have this one, kind of hard to see.
Yeah, the one on your left hand.
The bigger one.
Yeah, that one looks better.
Okay.
And you already took the glue out of the brush.
I'm going to right now.
Yeah, just do half of the brush so that way you don't want to put the whole thing in and
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I might be at a disadvantage in that in Japan last year I bought this calligraphy pen.
Okay.
And so it's got the ink right in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to use that today because I can't find my other calligraphy brushes from 10 years ago.
That's fine. That's fine. I got one of those about not too long ago. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like your scroll right there in the background.
Yeah, that means longevity. Living fully, happily, and well now and gracefully into the future. So beautiful. That's my prayer for everybody here today.
Great.
Thank you.
Good.
Cool. Well, I don't see anybody else joining in. So we're gonna basically talk a little bit about the brushes. Since there's that, this is the one basic brush that we're gonna be kind of using. And the way to hold it, you want to kind of grab it with these 2 fingers, first 2 fingers, and then the other one's in, and kind of wrap it like that. So it's not like you're doing it this, even though I've seen people do this, it's cheating. One thing, no use of the wrist. There's no use of the wrist. So it's basically forearm and working like this, that's what makes it a little harder, there's no tracing back of a character, so you can, if you went bad, it's bad, you gotta do it over. One stroke, one life. And so that's the way you hold it. Pretty good, like that. And you want to go about halfway of the brush, grabbing it halfway. So not too far up, not too far down. about halfway. You folks can see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
There. See it like that. Put down this a little bit here. Okay, so the brush in Japanese is called fude. Fude.
Food.
That's the name. Then we got the. You guys have. I know the other gentleman has already the ink on the pen. So,
No.
So we have the ink. Ladies have the ink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the ink, it's called Sumi. So this is already pre-made ink, that you can buy. But then there's Sumi, also Sumi sticks that you can buy. And this is really cool because it's more of a meditating feel to it. You'll get this is once you get really into it and you want to put ink stone. And they get really expensive. I mean, this is a basic one. I've already gone like 2, 3 of these because I dropped them. That's why I haven't gone and bought me a really expensive one. And then, it's amazing in Japan, like the families would pass down their ink stones from generations to generations. My teacher, she goes back to samurai times. And so I've been with her for almost 18 years.
Wow.
I got onto this because I'd done martial arts for a long time. And once I kind of left martial arts, I was trying to find other ways to still kind of be in that kind of feeling of it. And I found Japanese calligraphy. Samurais were calligraphers, so that's the main thing that attracted me to it. So yeah, so on the inkstone, if you ever, hopefully one day we'll do this. So you pour a little water and you grab it, and then you grind the inkstone into the well in here, and it builds the ink. And it's a process about at least, it can take about 15 minutes or so. But then you get into your thinking mode and meditating, and it's a good way to meditate. And then you kind of test it as you go. Once the ink starts getting darker, then you know it's ready. So that's that right there. So that was the Susuri, is the ink stone that we talked about. Yeah, I'm actually trying to. My daughter, she's turning 7, and this year I want to get her into calligraphy. So I'm trying to find her a little Japanese calligraphy kit for her. So that's gonna be kind of cool. So the paper that we'll be using. Oh, let me wait for the lady that's back over there. All right. So the paper, it's rice paper, and it's the softer part on the top that we'll work on. You'll feel the other backside a little more rougher. So the soft part is where we'll be writing, and that's called a washi. Washi paper. I'm not going too fast, or anything. No. So in the characters, the basic one. I mean, it's what we'll be working is on kanji characters. Of course, there's 3 styles. The original one that we'll be doing will be kaisho, and that's the basic one. kaisho, and that's the one that mostly everybody knows. You'll see it anywhere around. And so that's the one you basically start with, and that you have to be training in that for at least 4 to 5 years to move on to the next style, which is gyosho. The kaisho I was showing you, it'll be something like this, and this is the character we'll be working on today. We'll finalize today, and that's Aki, for fall, the season of fall. So that's Aki right there, and so that's a kaisho style. And so, like I said, the next style after that will be gyosho. And that's a semi-cursive style. It's actually my favorite because it's not very cursive, but it's half, and so it has a strength of both in there. And that's a really cool style. And
do you have an example of the gyosho?
Yeah, let me show you a sample of a gyosho. So that's something like this, sample of a gyosho style. So on gyosho, it has more of a connection with other strokes, being from, so you can go from here and then kind of come back and start the other one. So and it's real semi-cursive, you know. And in my style, you'll see I have a lot of flares, ending flares. That's kind of my style, ending flares that I do. And so the next one is social. And social. Social is really hard. It's one of those that it takes a while to really master, and it's something like this. Yeah, it gets.
Wow.
Yeah, so then something like that, then it's a real connected, real super cursive, and then. So that's something like that.
Which one do you call grass script?
Grass script?
Grass or running script? Is that the last one?
It'll probably be, well, they'd say Renmen. It will be Renmen. And it's something, let me show you. Unless, there's also Hiragana. Hiraganas are all these, the ones that you see. So those are the hiragana style, and that was adopted in Japan. It's not a Chinese. It's something they created. But let me show you a Renmen style. So something like this.
Wow.
Is Renmen.
All right, we're years away from that.
Yeah, and then this is the beginning of Renmen. So once this is hiragana Renmen, and so when you get to the full art is connecting Renmen, hiragana and kanji characters together, super cursive, and it's beautiful. Yeah, this to get to this is at least 15 years. Okay, so then do you have the paperwork, the email that they send you with the characters?
No,
Oh,
No?
no.
Who sent us?
They didn't, huh? So they should have sent you These characters, no? Okay.
No.
Okay, so let me, if you can see number one. Number one right here.
Okay.
So this one is one of the
There's
basic
something, sorry, if everybody gets muted, it will be good because every time someone talks, it comes off your screen onto the speaker.
Okay.
If you mute us all, we can follow and listen without losing the screen.
Or you can pin,
The other thing is, if you held the whole paper up in front of the screen, then we could each take a screenshot for future reference.
Okay, let me do that right there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What's a screenshot?
Other class.
All right.
Like that right there. So, so that first character is basically something like these. That's the first character. So that will be stroke number one. And basically it's a straight line. It'll be 6 counts. So when we do the character on the paper, we'll drop the brush and go from left to right, like that. Okay. So you can just do a line on the paper and then put 6 counts, and then so that way you'll know that. This one, it will be number 2, and same as this, but now it's going downwards. Also 6 counts on that. Number 3, it's a 90-degree angle going from left to right.
right.
From, yeah, the other way. See that? And that will be also 6 counts. And the last one, which is actually the hardest of all the characters, is this one. Once you kind of master this, it's that one, it's mostly the last part of it, this. So and I'll show you when we start working on it, but you'll kind of come down on the 90-degree angle, kind of stop at this point. Brush goes down on an angle, and then you kind of pull the brush out. It takes, trust me, the first time, if you get it, you're a genius. But it's a very difficult character. So that's the one. So those are the 4 basic characters that we're working on first. Okay. Now I'll give you the character for Aki, so that at least we have it now on paper. You want to take a screenshot? Anybody can take a screenshot, go ahead. Or you can do it with your phone. Do it with your phone. Take a screenshot with your phone. Closer.
If you don't mute people, we keep losing the screen. I'm looking at someone's head.
Oh, okay.
If you pin the speaker, he will stay on there.
Well, I do have it on speaker view and it still leaves. So it makes any other Zoom I've been to, everyone's muted while the teacher's talking and then opens up for questions after so we can keep it on them.
So you said mute?
So if you mute
okay.
everybody
Okay.
and then open it for questions when you want,
Okay, I'll see it.
that'll be great.
Ah, there's Prince.
Or we can mute ourselves.
Were you able to take a picture of it? Yeah. Okay, so also from this character, we go from left to right. The very top one here, there'll be 6 counts. Then it goes to the bottom, that's that line right there. And that's gonna be 6 strokes. It's a little hard not having you guys live like in person, you know, but the number 3 will be the one that goes all the way down. And that's basically kind of the start. There's always, on each character, is the star stroke, as they call it, which is the one character that kind of, the stroke that kind of makes the character, you know. And so this bottom one will be 16 counts going down. And then we have number 4, this little one, and there'll be 4 counts. And then the next little one, and these usually we call them periods. They're little periods, so that would be 4 counts. And then we'll jump to the other side, and it'll be the next one, next little one here. And that's 3 counts. And that's also what we'll call a period. And then we jump to the next across, and that's stroke number 7, and that's 4 counts right there. And then again, this is a star stroke, and that's number 8, and that's 20 counts. And it goes all the way down. And then the last one will be stroke number 9. And that's 9, how many strokes was that? That's 7 counts on that. 7 counts on that. So we do that. And so that'll be Aki right there. See it again. Were you able to draw it out? Yeah? Okay. Perfect. Okay, so then we'll start with the basic strokes first. So we can start getting the brush ready. This is my little brush holder right here. This is kind of where I rest my brush on it. It's a little sumo wrestler, little mini sumo wrestler. And so that's when it's on a table, it rests on the brush there. And to show you some of the brushes that I have a collection of brushes right there. One of my favorites is probably this one here. That's one of my favorites. It makes big characters, so that's kind of that's why I kind of like it a lot.
Could you say generally where do you get your brushes, please?
You know what? I'm always looking around. If I go to an art store, I always ask if they have anything under Japanese calligraphy. But in LA, in Little Tokyo, there's a store there, and they're constantly bringing brushes and so I'm always kind of keeping my eye on there. It's right on First Street between Central and and San Pedro, I think it is, on First Street. Forgot the name of this. I think it's called Ikiban or something like that. We got lucky one year. One of the gentlemen was able to make a contact with somebody in Japan, and we were able to get some really nice brushes. But I did find a website that got me a nice brush. So this one is the one I just got not too long ago in Japan. And so this one's really nice. They actually even put my name on there and everything. So that was kind of cool. And it's a very, very nice brush. The only thing I kind of wanted more of a bigger tip. So, and then there's all kinds of brushes as far as the way they handle. Some are super soft. And so they're really good for like social styles where you want to be real flowing. But if you want to do like the kanji characters, the basic kanji characters, you want more of a stiff, more brush, you know, give you kind of some kind of stiffness, a little flow. But I'll be working with this one today. This is my go-to guy right here.
And how do you spell kanji again, please?
Kanji. Kanji.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so everybody's got their brushes ready? Yeah. So what I do, usually I don't full submerge my brush, but about also again halfway in of it. And the basic thing is almost trying to make sure the tip is always, you know, nice tip. So for posture wise, you want to kind of have your back straight on your paper. So let me see if I can put down here where you can kind of see my paper right there. So I have something a little heavyweight to hold down the paper. So that holds down the paper real nice. If you're, are you, all of you right-handed? Yeah, right-handed, okay. So your left hand, you want it on the corner to hold it down. So that way it keeps nice, the paper. You wanna keep your back straight in there, holding it. And then when you grab your brush, again, it's like this. And basically you'll do is you'll come down, press, and then go. Put it down a little bit here. So I'll do a sample so that way you can see, and then we'll go. And I'll do it in the middle so that way, and I'll kind of go big on it. So this is stroke number 1. or something like this. Okay. And what we'll do is kind of in the same way that this paper is. Trying to see the spacing and see that we have to make sure there's 4 characters in that one paper. And so acknowledge each space of each character's respect of spacing. So on the character number 1, it can't be too big or too long, because then you won't give any space to this one. So, and see the spacing on each. So one thing is first mastering the character, then mastering the spacing of characters, and then mastering, once you put a full character, making sure it kind of goes in the middle. And again, it's based on the first character you make on a big, like a big character. Let me show you. Like Aki. So you see how it fits. It's evenly in the paper. It's not too far to the right, not too far to the left, not too far to the bottom. So by placing this one, the first one is placed too far up, too far down, everything else will not be aligned. And that's time. It comes with time, mastering the spacing of paper. Right now we're mastering the stroke. Okay, so let me change papers here. And we'll start the first character number 1, which is the horizontal one that I just did. And we can all do it together. And so this paper we're going to do is going to be all the four strokes. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. Okay. Ready? Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let me put it down here. And as we get ready, here we go. Down, press, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come off. Let me see papers. Cool. Nice. Let me see here. Okay.
Does this character have a name, or is it just character number 1?
Character number 1, yeah, there's no name for it.
Okay.
Just a basic stroke. Okay, so we'll do stroke number 2, and that one goes down. And I'll do a sample first so you can see it. Change this. Yeah, these basic strokes are almost like in martial arts. When we did the kicks, Yeah, you have your front kick, your side kick, your crescent kick. So they were all the basic kicks. The side kick would probably have been the one, the last stroke number 4 would probably have been the side kick because it's the hardest kick to master. Okay, so I'll do character number 2, and you can see it. And again, I always like to get my tip nice like that. And here we go. Character number 2. I'll do it first, and that way you can see the sample. And basic thing again, coming down, pressing, and then going down. And then come back off. Yeah, and you'll see it. You can see the shape of it.
Could you say something, please, about what you do at the end?
At the end, so as I'm going down, and I get down to the end, I kind of pull off, but I do almost like a little circular, so I kind of get that round shape of it at the end. So it's kind of come off, and then I do almost like a backwards up, like going and backwards up.
And at the beginning, are you pushing while you're moving, or how are you doing that?
So in the beginning, I press down into it, then I come down. Okay. I press in, so the brush will go down. You'll see, let me show you. So I'll press down and then come down.
Okay.
And it as your style develops, everybody, their beginning stroke will change. Within time, your style starts coming in, and it's a different. You'll see in a lot of artists have different ways how they start there. Because I can do that. I can also kind of do this, something like this,
Okay.
See how I change it. I can do many things. Once, and that's mastering the brush and the stroke. So then you could play with it as you get more and more. Okay, so we'll do number 2 right now. And same, this one is 6 strokes down. So I'll get my brush nice and tip. And with gyosho style, you always come back, you get your tip back in there. Once you start doing like a gyosho style, it's a one dip and you do the whole thing. So you don't get to go and do your brush again. It's a one-time thing. Okay, so we'll do stroke number 2. Get your posture in. Shoulders in, hand on the paper here. And it goes down. So we'll press down, going down. That'll be 6, and come back up. And here it goes. My sample, you see it. And as you can see, it's fitting right into the paper. Each one so far has their own space. Do that. Let me see some, let me see how you did.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Nice. And you were getting, see how you were getting everything spaced in there, so that's nice. Cool. All right, so let me see the other ladies. I didn't see your papers. Okay. Oh, you've been practicing. Put a lot of strokes. You know what? It's all about practice. Really, it's all about practice. That's what my teacher always tells me: practice, practice, practice.
I like to do it multiple times. I mean, they're all
Yeah.
look bad, but then you get kind of train your hand a little bit. So
Yeah, just remember the basic things. Don't use your wrist, forearm, your posture. Holding the paper nice and tight always helps and stuff. So that way you kind of feel control of the brush and everything that's in here, you know. And breathe, enjoy. Basic thing is enjoy that you're doing this. Okay, so we're gonna go to
Well, when you say forearm, what do you mean there?
Okay, so you know how we can write like this with our brush and use your wrist. So on Japanese paper, we don't do the wrist. So it's basically just using this part, you know, and don't go this, you know. And so as you're going the brush, going down. So that's basically the main thing, is not to use the wrist. And don't trace back either. Okay, so we'll do character number 3. This one is a fun one. I really enjoy character number 3. It's, I think, my favorite. On a lot of characters, it's a really cool character. As you'll see how I will do my paper, I grab it, I bring it in, I set a nice, that's positioned to me, aligned to me. So that way I'm aligned, I can work my spacing. I put my little weight here to hold it down, and again, control of the paper. And so now, stroke number 3. And you'll see here, and that's stroke number 3. As you can see, I like it. It's my, so that's stroke number 3. And we'll go ahead and do it together. And again, it's pressing down, kind of shape your brush, and then go on a 90-degree angle. And you press in, and as you're going, you're releasing, 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 and then release, you know? Okay, so let's do stroke number 3.
And it's right to left, correct?
Correct, from right to left down.
Okay.
All right, so again, your posture, get your paper in. And as you see, the spacing, you got to know where on the one you're already working to work in there. And so here we go. Ready, down. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. So I have that here, right in there. Can I see your work? Nice. Cool. I like that. Let me see your paper again. The lady with that doesn't have the glasses. Let me see that. That's really nice. Let me see that. Wow. Good job. Let me see the other ones. For the other lady. You got like 30 of them in there, huh? Let me see. No, wow. Let me get closer. Let me see closer. Very good. You're really good on that. Really, I like it. Very good. Cool.
They all look different though. They're not consistent.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, every stroke is going to be always different. Each one has their own life. You know, in the energy. So each time you're putting different energy into it. You know, so that's what's amazing about this. It's your own energy putting into, and it's the coordination of your eye, your muscles, everything together, breathing, that creates that. You know, so it's really cool. And then the gentleman with the pen, I want to see that. The pen ink.
Yeah, I'm not used. It turns out the pen ink is such a fine tip.
Yeah.
You know that it's almost useless for this. So I'm using my other one. It's called Happy Dot, and what the paper I have is this water paper.
Yeah.
So there's what I did. It's already gone.
It already disappeared.
Yeah, it disappears, but I can use this over and over. So
okay, do it again, and let me see it real quick.
Okay.
Do it again, and let me see how you do it. Yeah, you know the scroll you have in the back. That's a gyosho style. There you go. Cool. Good. I like those because then you can save on a lot of paper. You know, I used to do a lot of for practice use of newspaper. If I found newspaper, I practice on that. But down the line, if you really want to get into it, it's good to get a rice paper and then a felt. This is really good because when you put it under and you put your rice paper, it doesn't bleed into your work and it holds really good. Okay, so we'll go to stroke number 4. This one is the hard one. So then I'll do it first. You'll see how I do it. Okay, so this will be stroke number 4. And it could have had a little more of like angle to this character, but it's something like this. Sometimes I could go more angle with it. I went a little more straight on it. Still also on a 90-degree angle, but this one goes from left to right down. Like on this one too, this one basically you start with the tip really small, and then you start gradually adding more pressure into the brush, making it pressure, and then you get down to the end, you kind of press, you angle, and then you release. And it's super, super hard. It's a really hard character to master. Takes really years, and just getting that little angle part, it's the hard part. But once you kind of master that, everything else kind of falls into place. Okay, so we'll do it. And so on this one, it's 6 counts again. So you're going small, and then adding, and then you kind of stop at the bottom where you're going to do the twist, and it's 2 counts, 1, 2, and release. Okay. So let's get our paper ready. Get your brush. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let go. 1, 2. Okay. I should have gone a little more on mine, but it went a little short, but still spacing in there into the paper. Okay, when you're ready, I would like to see samples. Cool. Very good. Very good. Your name is Brian? Brian, okay. Very good, Brian.
The ink really spreads. After I get it on there, it seems to spread even more.
Like bleeding? It bleeds?
Yeah, it seems like it. The edges aren't very smooth.
Yeah, and that's either sometimes the paper, the type of brush, or if you have too much ink in the brush. If you have too much ink in the brush, it might bleed.
Oh, okay. How do you get the ink out of the brush?
You basically either just gotta keep working some of the papers. And then little by little start come less ink into it and stuff. But you just gotta basically keep working at it and then let some of the ink come out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's also mastering how much ink you put into the brush, and then that's through practice. You figure that as you go, how much ink you go. And I've noticed there's a large paper I have. It's a larger rice paper. It's a little thicker, so it bleeds really easy. And so that one, I've mastered that lightly input of the brush, not too much. If I go too hard on it, then it really starts bleeding. So I master that. I put enough pressure and control the bleeding of it. And so that's again, it's through practice and just working with material as you go. But certain brushes have also different effects too. Okay, I like to see the other ladies work. Cool. It's a hard one, huh? It's a hard character, I know. Yeah, see, that's very, very good. Yeah, that one, it's a hard character, but it's good. Good start. Very good start. I like the lady without the glasses. What is your name without the glasses? The one in the middle huh? Is your name Anne? Is your name Anne? Yeah.
Are you talking to
Eleanor?
me?
Or the,
No, the other lady with the short hair, with no glasses.
Eleanor? Me?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Eleanor.
Eleanor. Let me see your paper, the one you showed me. The other one, yeah. Cool. Yeah, very good. Your spacing is very good. You know that? Yeah, it's good spacing of the paper, and it looks really good. Cool. All right. So I think we're gonna start working now on Aki. Actually, we'll do one more really fast of the 4 basic strokes really quick. Oh, give me 1 second real quick.
Thank you. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah. Either or. Okay, so we'll do the 4 basic strokes really quick. So we'll try to do them on the same paper, all 4 strokes on the same paper, so that way I can see them. Okay, so then I'll start. Okay, so the first one we'll do. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And come off. And then we'll do stroke number 2 real quick. Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back up. There. Then we'll do number 3. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. And then we'll do the last one, stroke number 4. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then last two. 1, 2. Okay. Again, we have the 4 basics in there, right in there. Spaced out in there. Let me see real quick. Yeah, cool. Very good. Good job. Let's see.
It's harder if I don't have like the little diagram in front of me of where, because I'm looking at it kind of upside down and turned around.
No, actually, I mean, like you mean like the gentleman had the diagram, the boxes?
No, when you do it, I'm having trouble, just me,
Okay.
flipping it to
Oh, because
that I'm going. But that's just my
yeah.
perception.
No, I know it's hard to do this on Zoom. I mean, I wish I can be live with you guys because then I can kind of more direct you better. Hopefully in the near future.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but you're doing very well. I mean, you're getting a lot of good practice. I can see that. So it's the characters are good. So it's just because I know you're having a big paper, and so you don't have the actual the rice paper. Yeah, yours is bigger, huh? It's a little bigger. Oh no, actually it's the same. Almost, I mean, a little bigger than the rice paper, but it's about the same. So try to work with the spacing. You know, I know you do. I know you want to do multiple ones, but also try to work with the spacing so that way you can kind of do something like that. Put it up a little better.
Can you hold it up so I could take a photo?
Uh-huh.
Okay, hang on 1 second, please. 2, 3. Okay, let me get. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that's why you want to do that practice. So basically, what I usually do, I started when I start doing my practice, I'll start with all 4 basic strokes. Then once I've done all 4, then I could start doing more down, more to the side. So I, but my initial thing is try to always first do the 4 basic on the right space. So that way I'm always working my mind on spacing.
Okay.
And so once I do that first exercise of the 4 of them, then I start adding the other ones into it so I can do multiple characters. But the first initial one, you always want to do the space so that way you can always practice that part. Because that makes everything more. If you see a character too far up, too far down, then it's not right space. Okay, all right. So we'll start with Aki, season of fall. And as you can see, it has all the 4 basic strokes. This character, you can see them all in there, the ones we all practice right now. So all 4 basic strokes are in there. If you want to take a picture, we can take a picture right there. And you already wrote down the numbering I gave you, the order. So you have the order already, and the order that's in. Okay. All right, so we'll start that. And it should take us a few minutes to do the full character. And we'll do it a few times. Okay, so we can get the paper ready. So this we're gonna try to stay all together. We'll go stroke by stroke together.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't look like stroke 6 is one of our, on Aki is one of our,
Yeah, so those both stroke 6 and stroke 5, they're what we call periods. And so basically they're just little dots. And so you can make them either, I'll show you, she's here. I'll do a few of them so you see. You can either just press down and create a little, almost like a little shape. Shape like that.
okay.
Okay. And it can go on, as you see it, just shape it to the way it looks, you know.
Okay.
Okay, just shape it to that way. And it's basically a little dot. And it's just you just press into it and make a little dot to it. And you'll see a lot of those and a lot of characters as we go.
Do those both go down?
On the dot,
Yes.
it's basically just a press and do like a little circle to create some kind of a dot kind of thing. Yeah, let me see here. You can see it real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you start from the fat part or the skinny part?
I'll start from the skinny part and press into it. Let me show you. So what I'll do, I'll press into it and then just create a little dot and then come off and then do that. Yeah, and it's just a little simple dot. Almost like a teardrop, like a little teardrop. That's basically it is. It's like a little teardrop you create. And that's going to be for both number 6 and number 5. They're both teardrops. So we'll start with on the Aki, stroke number 1 is basically on the basic strokes it's stroke number 3. From the basic stroke is number 3 for stroke number 1. And it's going to be 6 counts down. So we'll get the paper ready. And just give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. Okay.
Are we doing both of the characters on this one page, or we're just doing the first character?
No, we're doing the full thing. So we're doing there's 9 strokes. So we're doing all 9 strokes all together.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Okay. And then just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here we go. So stroke number 1. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release. We'll do stroke number 2. And ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stroke number 3 is the one that goes all the way down. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and back. Stroke number 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And number 5 is the little period. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6, it's another period, and it's gonna be 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. And you can see between stroke number 6 and stroke number 7, you have to create a little space for that big stroke number 8 that's going to go in between that. Okay, so stroke number 7 is 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to stroke number 8. And that's going to be a long one, 20 counts. And here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a long stroke. And once you kind of master the strokes, you really don't have to do the 20 counts. Then you kind of just, you do your own count as you go. And so the last stroke, number 9, and that one's 8 strokes down. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is mine right here. That long one got a little shaky, but it's pretty center spaced out in the paper, as you can see.
There we go.
Cool. Okay, cool. Very cool. I love it. Good job. On your, yeah, she put an extra dot, huh? That's cool. Which character do you feel is hard? One of the strokes. What stroke is a hard one? You find hard. Pretty much, I know. The last one, is the last one pretty hard?
All of them are hard.
Yeah. I mean, they're all hard. It's just, you know, it's just a matter of just practice, feeling the brush, the energy. It's all about energy, and then just feeling yourself one with the brush and the paper, and then you'll cultivate the culture of it. It's amazing. It took me to really feel comfortable that I was okay. I'm going somewhere. About 5-6 years into it. And that was once she let me, my teacher, Miss Kasuko, she let me start already the next styles, and I had kind of mastered already the basic Kaisho's characters and stuff, So, but it took me a good 5 years to say, okay, I'm going somewhere with this.
So your teacher, Kasuko, is she Japanese or?
She is. She's Japanese. I don't know her age, but she's at least either in her 80s, maybe close to 90s. She's still teaching. I go with her when I can. Right now, it's been hard for me because I'm at the restaurant, and so I've been really, working the restaurant right now, and so it's been a little harder to get away. And since I'm in Carpinteria and she's in Santa Monica, it's a traveling distance for me. But right now, she did her class same way we were doing it, Zoom way, and I couldn't join it, but she let me do it on my own. So I'm doing the whole course on my own, and then forwarding mailing all my work to her so she can then give me some kind of how can I say, markings and see where I'm doing wrong or where I'm doing right. But,
Well, does she have is it a calligraphy school or a style that she teaches?
yeah, you know what? It's her own style that she's created, but she does go with the basics. She's very hard when it comes to the basics. And she catches you with the wrist. If she catches you tracing something back, that's one of the things I learned, is not to trace anything. If the character is bad, you just gotta let it go and do it all over again. And trust me, I've seen people get scolded by that, and so yeah, that's kind of what fascinated me about her, is that she teaches just like a martial arts master, and she is a master in her own rights. I mean, she's amazing. Her work, and with me, it's because I'm actually you can see me doing the strokes, and you're seeing me doing the work. With her, I learned. I've in my 18 years I've been with her, I've never seen her do the work, like the actual work. But I see her work, and because I was with her hands-on, she would direct me to doing the character, and then would guide me. But I never saw her do the actual strokes, which is amazing, because you would say, well, I mean, it's hard when you're not seeing that person doing the actual stroke and how they do the movement. And all she did was, you feel the energy, you press it, you do this. And I went with that, and I kind of just, learn, but she brings her work, we see her works, but I've never seen her actually do the actual thing. But she's amazing as the way she teaches. But okay, so we'll do it again. We'll do a couple times to see how. And remember, it's about spacing, each character spacing the strokes, which on all of you, I seen everything was really lined up. There was no one stroke bigger than the other one. Everything was very synchronized, which was great. From there, it's just basically working the actual stroke and working the actual spacing. And that just takes a little time for practice.
Would you please hold up this diagram again so I can get the order? Thank you. I just want to get the order of the strokes, please.
Yes. Let me write one that I forgot here.
Hard to see. So the one on the top is 1. Where's 2 is the second.
2 is the long one right here. It's the one
3
that
is the little guy.
and
Where's
3
3?
actually 3 is the long stroke.
Oh, thank you. And then 4 is to the left, my left.
4
No?
is this one right here.
Okay.
And it's
And
4 strokes. Then you got the dot.
is 5.
5, which is 4 strokes.
Okay. And
then you jump to 6, another dot.
that little guy. Okay.
And then 7 goes to this one. And that's what's tricky, is because you have to create a spacing between those two to get that one in, you know?
Right.
It's all about, working it.
Okay. And then 8's the longest one.
Yeah, the longest one. And that's kind of your star stroke of the whole character. So
Got it. And
And
then
then
9's the
9 is that.
And what is the starting point? Is the starting point at the flat end of the stroke or the pointed end of the stroke?
On this one, stroke number 1,
Yeah, actually, on all of them. So,
on stroke number 1 is from the top and you go down.
okay, and could you go one more time where you initiate each of the other strokes? So 1 starts at the top.
So the 1 starts from the top, high energy to really slow releasing the energy.
Okay,
Same deal with stroke number 2 is basically an even energy.
okay,
You go and you press all the way across. And
okay.
you remember, make sure you don't go too far into it and you don't give that space to this one.
Right,
Make sure they keep that space. Then you go to the very long one here.
top.
Same deal. It's an even energy all the way down, releasing.
Okay,
Number 4 is you press and then you release the energy into the little shape down. The dot basically is just a press and basically creating like a little teardrop.
okay,
Little teardrop.
okay.
So press, release, little teardrop. Same as number 6.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So the one on the left, I guess it's number 4, it's not a teardrop. That's
No.
more of a longer stroke.
Yeah, so
Okay.
So number
Okay.
4 is like number 1, but a little smaller.
Okay,
Okay, so it's like number 1, but a little smaller as far as the shape. It's just a little smaller, but it's the same shape, just a little smaller.
So
number 8, could you guys finish that? And number 8 initiates at the top again?
Yeah, on the very top, full energy,
Okay,
and releasing until you get smaller and just really, and then let go. And you kind of just release.
okay. And 7 starts on the top flat.
Top. So 8, 7. Actually, remember we go from 6 and then 7. 7 is actually another like number 1.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
So it's like a little number 1,
okay.
num-
Or it's like almost another number 4.
Yeah,
I have a question about number 2. That's right to left.
Yes.
Our basic stroke
no,
was left to right.
No, from left to right. From left to right.
So our basic stroke that we did before, was that from that left to right or right to left?
No, from the basic stroke, it was from left to right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
It's always going to be from left to right.
And then number 9, where does that start, please?
Number 9, it will be right in the middle of the character number 8.
Okay,
And it's basically small energy creating with bigger energy. So you're slowly pressing and creating more as you press. And then at the end here, you press and you release.
this is like Tai Chi or Qigong in terms of the direction and the strength of
And
the,
strength, yes.
very cool.
Energy is major. And so once you get more and more, well, excuse me really quick.
So it starts there.
He's really good.
Yeah,
This is fun.
yeah.
Yeah. May I ask what restaurant that is?
That's Rios. It's on Santa Claus Lane, next to the Garden Market in Carpinteria. It's where Bordello's Pizza used to be, or you know, right on Santa Claus Lane there.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so yeah, so basically number 9 is it's small, and then you press into it, and then you release.
Thank you.
I have a question. Why don't you do number 8 before the 2 little ones on the side?
That's a tricky question, but it's because they want to create that you have to figure out that spacing. You know,
I'm sorry, what?
they want you, so it's the order that I was given, and it basically you create that space from that space here, so that way you can build that number 8 at the end. And so that's why they want you to put those 2 first, and so everything works together there.
So the 2
stroke number 6 and stroke number 7.
okay, so 6 and the long one on the other side, they're connected to the crossbar of the first half, right?
So stroke number 6 and stroke number 7, it creates the spacing for that whole area.
Oh, okay.
So if they basically, that's what they want us to, for you to create that spacing, so that way you can bring in number 8 all the way down. I know
Okay.
I know it's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what they want is to create that space in there.
Tricky.
Yeah.
These 2 characters together are called Aki or Fall, but what is each one individually?
Individually, I'm not sure. I would have to go back to my work to see if I can find it. So my thing is I don't read Japanese nor I write it. I do the calligraphy of the characters.
Okay.
That's kind of my next step. Maybe I want to try to learn to read it more. But so I do basically the characters. And so how we do it in my class with my teacher, how she teaches us is she'll bring in, we do spring, summer, and fall, the class, and she'll do oh my God, those poems. I just forgot the poem right now.
Haiku?
Yes, haiku poem. So it's a haiku poem, and we'll do the whole poem for that season, and there's different characters, and then we'll do one line. There's always 3 lines to each poem, and so each week we'll do 1 line, and at the end of the last week we create the whole poem in that paper, and so we have a bigger paper than I have this, so it's a much bigger size that fits the whole poem. But before we do the whole poem on that big paper, she wants us to do the whole poem on the little paper. And so that's, and you talking about making it small enough that it can fit the whole paper. And I can show you one that I have around here somewhere, maybe.
I looked it up. The one on the right is fire.
Fire, okay.
Yeah, like they burn the fields in the fall.
Okay, fire. So let me show you like a full poem.
I have another question. When you're making a stroke, does your elbow rest on the table or should it be in the air?
The one you're working with,
Yeah, the stroke you're working with.
it's in the air. You're
In the air.
in the air. Yeah, no, don't do like this at all. So it's in the air. You're working. And so this is a full poem on Gyosho style, small paper. This is like a full poem on a small paper.
In which direction do you read that?
So from left to right.
Right to left.
From right to left.
And vertically,
Yeah, and vertically,
up and down. Interesting.
or something like that. And that same character. So this was Gyosho style, and so you can see that style of Gyosho style. And let me show you Kaisho style, which is what we're just doing. Same poem, but on a different style. There's that right there.
What angle should the brush be when it's making a stroke? Should it be like 45 or 90 or?
Well, depending on what stroke you're doing. So if you're doing on the basic strokes, on the basic stroke. So on the basic stroke, these two, you go on a 90-degree angle. I mean, on a 45-degree angle down.
No, I'm the handle of the brush.
Oh, the handle of the brush. The handle of the brush always stays stiff, straight. You just.
So it should be 90. I mean.
Yeah, just straight. And it's
Okay.
basically creating the energy when you press into it, and then creating the energy of the brush, of the how you're handling the brush this area.
What about breathing? And when you train, like you're doing a Qigong movement, the breath follows.
Mm-hmm.
You inhale when you start and exhale as you
Yeah.
execute the movement. So it's like a prep and then so I would think your breath would help you to stay
Yes.
smooth.
Yes, definitely you want to use your breathing. So
That's the
you're
key.
releasing as you're going and stuff. And you can feel it, especially once you start doing a full character.
Uh-huh.
It's like a little workout almost, you know, but it's amazing. So we'll go back again and do Aki. So we'll practice it again. Let me get my paper ready here. Any more questions as far as the Aki character before we start?
And you did say rough side down.
Hmm?
On the paper, rough side down? Smooth side up?
No, the smooth side is up, the rough is on the bottom. So we
Okay.
paint on the soft part. Okay, you guys all ready? Thumbs up, let me know. Okay, so we'll start again, Aki. And we'll do stroke number 1 on Aki. We'll start the Aki character again. And you guys ready? And here we go, character Aki There'll be 6 strokes down, okay? Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and release. And then we'll do stroke number 2. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release. All right, stroke number 3. Let me put it down below so you can see. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and release. Stroke number 4, 4 counts. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stroke number 5 is the period dot thing. And ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And number 6, another period dot. And it's a count, 3 counts. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. And then stroke number 7, 4 counts. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is the star stroke. That's the long one. Stroke number 8, and it's gonna be 20 counts. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Release. And the final stroke, 8 counts. And ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Right. You can see mine right there. And trust me, sometimes I have bad days where nice job, cool. Sometimes I have bad days where I'll be practicing and then instead of getting better, sometimes I'm getting worse. I'm like, and so I'll let go, good job.
I'm getting worse.
and that's what it is. It's maybe I'm thinking too much, beautiful, good job. Mm-hmm. You start thinking too much. And so you gotta let go sometimes, and say, okay, don't be hard on yourself, and just enjoy it. And then, so I'll come back and then I'll start getting better again, but sometimes it's all about energies, stuff you have in your mind, but it's a good way to also release, some stress and get away. Especially right now with, how it is. It's hard. It was definitely, you guys did really, really, really well. We're gonna do it like 2 more times. I want to see a couple, because you guys are getting better. Every time I see it, the strokes are getting better. I did see a lot of good balance in papers.
Could you show your final one again? I just wanted to see what what I'm missing.
Mhm.
Thank you. So there's a little like foot on the my far right. It's like a little foot is how it ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, yeah, like a little foot. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a little foot.
Okay.
And that one, through practice, it just gets better. Sometimes I, like, see, like this one, look, I did it different. It's always different.
Yeah. Huh. Thank you.
So it always changes. The one I just did a little minute ago. See this one I just did, 2 different ones. But again, it's also remember the spacing. They're both well spaced still. Different characters, but it's always spaced out.
Do people ever stand to do this or always sitting?
I have seen people. Some of the students that are with Ms. Kasuko, they do stand. They get more, especially they're shorter. They feel more comfortable. For me, I'm 6'2", so I have to really. It's too far for me. But I did get a stool, which really helps. This kind of stool, and so that, and then you can buy it anywhere. They're like $12, and so I really suggest getting a stool. Because then you're a little higher. It's about being a little higher too.
Yeah.
And finding that because if you're too far down in the desk, then you almost kind of be like this, and then you get to it kind of gets sore on your shoulder. So the higher you are, that's why the stool helps a little bit. Yeah, and so those are the things that you kind of start kind of figuring out. A stool, the paper. Definitely, I suggest a felt paper. This felt is really helpful. And it helps because it really, when you do the stroke and the pressing of the brush, I don't know, it has a really good feel to it.
Can you buy that felt pad somewhere?
Yeah, Fabric Places have it.
Just regular felt.
Yeah, or you can even just Google it and order the size. Like this one, I think it's pretty large, maybe 20 by 12, something like that. And my biggest paper is I think it's 18 by 11 or something. So it fits perfectly in here. But I'm gonna start working on some long scrolls. So I need to get something bigger and something like that. Then you start getting on the floor. You start working on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll stretch it out on the floor and work on that. But that's kind of my new thing right now. I'm working on. I'm trying to work it on different things, but always practice is my main criteria. Keep practicing. Okay, so we'll do it again. I think we still have some time here. We got like 10 minutes.
Oh.
Went by so fast, huh?
Yeah.
So just to let you know, after this guy, so my plan for this year was, I was gonna teach calligraphy on the patio of the restaurant. That was my goal for this summer, was to introduce it and do it in the patio. But of course, this had to happen, and so we couldn't do it. And luckily, I was able to connect with the CARP Art Center and to do this. And it's like somebody said, it's a good way to introduce it. But I will eventually down the line, once we kind of get into a normal status, hopefully one day. Or even before that, we'll figure out how to space it out before my restaurant opens, and then we can do like before in the morning, kind of something like this in the morning because I usually open on weekends at 11:30,
I'd like to add that Thario's restaurant is really good food, and everybody should come there and eat on the patio in Santa Claus Lane.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we do pizza, pasta, salads. Our main thing is the lasagna. People are crazy about the lasagna. But the pizzas are really coming to very, everybody's getting to know the pizza. So, but definitely stop by, you know.
And you do takeout too, like the lasagna, all your meals?
Yeah, we do takeout. We do lasagna kits. So they're already done. Or you can take it home and then warm it up at home. I have a lot of families that get them in trays, trays of four, and so you can freeze it and take it as you go and stuff, you know. But yeah, it's something we've been trying to figure out. Also trying to keep the restaurant going, you know. But
Mario, do you have all our email addresses?
no, I don't. If anything, let me give you my number, and then text me your email address, and then that way I'll you know, your email address and names. That way I'll have you guys, and then when I start doing something, I'll shoot you guys an email.
Ah, great. What's your number?
Yeah, I would definitely like to continue.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so it's 213 290 8760.
What was the last part again?
8760.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then just text me your name and your email address. No. I don't know if you saw my Instagram stuff. I haven't been posting anything too much lately, but if you go to my Instagram, you'll see some of the work, some of the videos I've done there.
I'd like to share this real quick. This is
There you go.
I play on the Japanese bamboo flute, and it's calligraphy. So my goal is what you've taught us today. I can start writing my own music now.
There you go. Cool. Beautiful.
So it's the same thing. It starts on the left, goes, and you read from right to left.
Yeah. Very cool. Cool. Well, let's do one more time, and then we can sign off after that. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we'll start. Stroke number 1, 6 counts for Aki. And ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stroke number 2, 6 counts. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stroke number 3, the 16 counts, going down. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and release. And stroke number 4, 4 counts. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stroke number 5, teardrop again. And it's going to be 4 counts. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stroke number 6, 3 counts. Set, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. That's the teardrop again there. And number 7, 4 counts. And remember your spacing on that. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we got that long one, the star stroke. And ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And release. And the last one, stroke number 9, 8 counts. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release.
Oh, that was bad.
All right, so this is mine, final one. You'll see. There. All right. Let me see you guys.
My foot went off the page.
That's cool. I like that you made it big. You know, when I started, I used to make my character so big, and my teacher used to be like, "You put so much energy." Wow.
I got number 1 too big, but then I slowed down.
Yeah. Cool. And that's the thing, is that first stroke calls everything, you know. And once you place it, and just, you know, if you went bad, just keep going with it. We finish it out and stuff.
If I stayed with that same size, I'd been off the page.
Yeah. No, it's really cool.
So all characters are from these 4 basic strokes?
Yeah, from those 4 basic strokes right there. That's what we did that. And it pretty
Would you
much
mind holding those up again. I didn't get a copy before.
of the stroke
Yeah.
of Aki.
No, the 4 basic strokes.
Yeah, here we go.
And all Japanese characters come from these, huh?
Yeah, so the basic ones, and then basically it's you know, it's derived from China. You know, that's where it came from originally, and then eventually it came to Japan, and then they kind of made an art to it.
Okay.
That's it right there. But yeah, from there you basically can practice. If you go into the internet and just press kanji characters, you'll start getting all these characters, and you'll see that these 4 basics are always in there. And so you can work from those, you can work everything else. You see, like this one is all 4 basic strokes. You'll see that there.
Okay.
There's this one I have from my portfolio here. It's so basic, but it's the spacing that I like about it. Forgot what it means, but I just like the basic of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's River, isn't it?
Yeah, River, that's right. And it's just 3, but it's all well spaced, well energy.
Mm.
And I always come back to that one. It's really cool. So you get to start doing stuff like this. You know, you start playing around, you know. Let me show you some more stuff here. This is another remnant style. A full poem, the full poem in remnant style.
Mm.
And this you don't find many people. It's an old, how can I say, it's really ancient. So not a lot of new calligraphers are doing this unless you find a teacher that's really teaching this.
They only do kana and remnant, or do they do kanji and remnant?
Yeah, basically the kanji characters with the three styles, gyosho, social, and kaisho.
So remnants for kana then.
Yeah, remnants kana, and it's a mix of basically hiragana and kanji characters together. But and it's basically, once you get to that, is your inner self, your character is coming out, you're blossoming from that point on, and then it's all, and from there you go crazy, you know. Yeah, I'm getting really crazy with these, but yeah, it's all just keep practicing, and always remember the basic strokes. Always work the basic strokes, because from that takes you to all those characters and stuff. Cool. I think we're actually done here.
Sensei, thank you for sharing your passion with us. I think we're all contagious now.
Yeah.
We've been affected. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
thank you so much. Really wonderful.